Hey everyone, if you're looking to add serious range to your truck or work rig without turning your bed into a cluttered obstacle course, the RDS Aluminum Auxiliary Transfer Fuel Tank could be exactly what you need. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Most people don't buy a 200-gallon auxiliary tank because they love the idea of extra fuel. They buy it because they need reliable extra fuel without the daily hassle. Whether you're running heavy equipment, towing long hauls, or just want peace of mind on remote jobs, the last thing you want is a tank that sloshes, leaks, or becomes a nightmare to fill and monitor. This one's built to avoid those headaches, and after digging into how it's designed and what it actually delivers, here's what stands out. First off, the Baffled design isn't just marketing. When you're bouncing down a dirt road or making tight turns on a construction site, fuel that's just sloshing around can mess with your balance and even damage the tank over time. The internal baffles in this RDS tank keep the fuel settled, so you're not fighting unpredictable weight shifts every time you hit a bump. That's not just convenient, it's safer, especially if you're towing heavy loads or running equipment that needs steady fuel delivery. Then there's the sight gauge. You don't want to be crawling under your truck with a flashlight and a dipstick every time you need to check fuel levels. This tank has a clear sight tube on the side, so you can glance at it while you're walking by your rig and know exactly how much fuel you've got left. That small feature saves time and frustration, especially when you're in the middle of a project and don't have time to play guessing games with your fuel gauge. The 6-inch inspection clean-out port is another detail that speaks to real-world use. Over time, sediment and debris can build up in any fuel tank, and cleaning it out shouldn't require a full teardown. With this port, you can access the interior without removing the whole tank, which is a huge advantage if you're maintaining equipment in the field. It's one of those features that doesn't get much attention up front, but becomes a lifesaver down the road. Now, let's talk about installation. The tank comes with mounting tabs, which is great because you don't want to be fabricating your own brackets from scratch. The tabs are designed to bolt directly to your truck frame or cross members, making setup straightforward if you've got basic mechanical skills. That said, this tank is empty when shipped, so you'll need to factor in the weight of the fuel when planning your mounting points. A full 200 gallons of diesel weighs over 1,500 pounds, so make sure your setup can handle it. If you're not comfortable with fabrication or welding, you might want to get a professional involved. One thing to keep in mind is the fill cap. It's locking and rollover vented, which is good for security and safety, but it does mean you'll need to plan your fill location carefully. Not every gas station or fuel stop has a nozzle that fits a locking cap, so you might need to carry an adapter or be selective about where you refuel. It's a minor inconvenience, but it's worth considering if you're planning to use this tank in remote areas where fuel options are limited. The tank itself is made of aluminum, which is lighter than steel and won't rust, but it's also more prone to denting if you're in a rough environment. If you're running over rocky terrain or hauling heavy loads that might shift, you'll want to make sure the tank is properly secured and protected. Aluminum is durable, but it's not indestructible. So, who should buy this tank? If you're a contractor, farmer, or anyone who regularly works in remote locations and needs extra fuel capacity without sacrificing reliability, this is a solid choice. It's especially useful if you're already running diesel equipment and want to extend your range without adding a ton of weight or complexity. The Baffled design, sight gauge, and clean-out port make it practical for daily use, and the aluminum construction keeps it lightweight and corrosion-resistant. Who should skip it? If you're only looking for a small boost in fuel capacity, say, 50 gallons or less, this tank is overkill. It's also not ideal if you're not comfortable with fabrication or don't have a secure mounting setup for the weight. And if you frequently refuel at places with restrictive fuel nozzles, the locking fill cap might become a hassle. Bottom line, the RDS Aluminum Auxiliary Transfer Fuel Tank delivers on what matters most: reliable extra fuel without the daily headaches. It's built for people who need functionality over flash, and the little details like the sight gauge and clean-out port make it stand out from cheaper alternatives. If this fits your needs, check out the link in the description to see.